you!
It's you! It's you! Oh, no.
You saw the crime? What were you doing there? She's a freaking journalist! The mom!
Oh, you are always so pleasant.
My mother's a very nice lady. Come on, Phoenix. Don't get in an argument with this immature weirdo.
It's like you're 23 years old. Are you in the profile list? Yep. You're 29 years old.
How old's the dude we're defending?
42, apparently.
Likes me less than I like him? That was funny.
Also, Finnegan's 49. I remember that from last time.
Finnegan Hood!
I look good for 49, don't you think? Is this what you visited us for yesterday? That's just rude.
Is she really gonna hold a grudge for that?
Stop it. I want this trial ended in an orderly
What
fashion.
made you think she was a reliable witness? You should know better. You've seen her before.
Witness, you are here to testify against the defendant. Please introduce yourself.
Father Sparta, I didn't know that.
I didn't, I forgot.
I called the fell.
Oh, I remember that name. I did. It was just for procedure. This woman saw the very moment of the crime. She identified the culprit. Miss Porter, tell us what happened. What did you see?
Simple. We took that shovel and bashed the other guy's head in.
Okay, well.
Whack, whack, whack.
Okay, so you're saying there were 3 whacks? I don't think there were 3 whacks. That's a contradiction.
Oh, well, that's decisive.
Not really.
Probably only hit him after he was dead.
You're absolutely certain it was the defendant?
Couldn't do more.
Do you have, like, any proof other than your eyes?
Could you see him clearly? What the fuck? Listen, everything.
Combine this with the fingerprints on the weapon. What more is there to say? Yes, it does seem that way. We must hear more at once. Witness, you'll explain what you saw in depth.
I would have did, jackass.
That was as good as you were going to make it, huh?
I left the city for a bit of relaxation. Oh, that's hard to say.
Oh, God.
I made it there around 9 o'clock. I saw 2 guys out there, right in the middle of the woods. Very suspicious.
It's like 2 guys in the woods, you know.
And one guy attacks the other. Bam! Right in the kisser. The dead man fell down. The killer went to bury him with the shovel.
The dead man fell down.
Alright, Goofy, what the fuck? But then his family got spooked and ran off. It's a miracle I'm alive. That's a fucking miracle. He ran off? Just like that?
Yeah.
I must have spooked him. I bet he wasn't planning on getting caught red-handed. You pretty firmly identified Mr. Yossarian as the killer. Did you know either the victim or the killer? No, never met either of them. How did you identify him to the police? I just described him and I did the rest. So you had no idea who he was beforehand? That's strange. Drones? This stupid fascist drones! What do I do or don't know? Good question. Out the middle of nowhere at time of night. None of your beeswax, Club!
Irrelevant. What she was doing doesn't change what she saw.
I'd like a decent answer. Why was she at the crime scene?
Why not? Overruled, Mr. Williamson. I'll grant the defense's request. Witness, why are you there why are you in there at such an odd time and place?
In there? In the woods,
In there.
I guess.
Fine. I was stargazing.
Fucking nerd.
In the middle of the woods?
It's a serene spot, Phoenix.
I wasn't gonna be in the woods the whole time, duh.
Just partially.
There was a clearing somewhere that I was trying to find.
I wasn't aware you had interest in astrology.
I don't.
Oh, cool. Dumbass. Zodiac killer. I was just doing a fucking joke.
Ted Cruz? What?
Why there? You can hardly deny your presence there is suspicious.
Oh, bull roar.
What? Porter?
Okay, all of the freaking bailiffs and guards attack her.
Right now. Let's go.
This again.
You just don't learn, do you?
Shall I remove her, sir?
No. No, just take the blasted pepper spray and we'll continue. Miss Porter's testimony is too valuable to this case. The defense asked for an answer and she gave it. Why should we take it into question? What? What? Something strange. It was night in the woods. It should have been too dark to identify anyone. Do you think she...
Worth investigating.
Does she have cat eyes?
Stargazing. That's laughably bad.
She's gonna be like, well, the moon was up and I could see him from the moon.
Why was she really there?
Why the fuck does it matter, Sparkle?
It's gonna be the exact word she uses. Alright, let's go.
Why did you choose this forest specifically?
Because it was the closest
Because it was the
one.
closest forest.
It was spur of the moment. I was driving by and I saw the clearing from the road.
You have a driver's license?
For the freaking road.
You have a driver's license?
You look 6.
I thought
I don't think any.
it was like a nice spot.
I think anybody would trust you with one of those.
A car?
Yes.
That's convenient.
After me, this is the second time this road.
Right?
You say you went to the city to freaking... Oh, whatever.
Think I like testifying on these damn things? Do you think I like having
Obvious.
you here?
Obviously you do, or you wouldn't, you know, stop doing. Witness language. This is a.
Oh, gut bent.
And once again, he does nothing. Order 2, Obadiah 0.
Get bent.
What was so suspicious about it?
In the woods at night, they're probably fucking.
I was just going to say camping.
Look at something.
What was your excuse again?
Stargazing. Considering the location, it wouldn't be an abnormal reaction. Although really, this is just her own personal analysis.
Not enough people to know what I see.
You didn't see anybody. I'd be scared too. It was really dark and she probably thought she was alone.
Maybe so, but remember how delusional this woman can be.
Not delusional, blockhead! You got no idea how creeped out I was.
What did you do when you saw him?
Nothing. I just stayed hidden and went to listen.
Okay.
They were talking about something. I don't know what. Don't really call.
Don't you think it might be important?
Like, you just said you were trying to listen, but now you're saying, nah, it might not be important.
Probably. It's me, whatever it was.
It's like, you just said the opposite.
Why don't you care?
I got sick no matter what. I wasn't supposed to have an argument. Close to not. Fuck.
They were arguing?
People were angry. It was too far away. Fuck. If I could be there when it was over.
Oh, right.
One guy
Mister.
attacks the other. Right in the kipper.
He attacked me with my foot.
No, stupid. It was the other guy. You know, the dead one?
Please stifle the sarcasm. There are some here who may not catch on. Is this sarcasm? She didn't mean that. I rest my case.
Well, who else was gonna kill him?
What?
Got two guys there and one died. Thanks, Blood.
Just checking. You mentioned one bam. Did he only hit him once?
No, she said 3 whacks.
It wasn't just once, it was... I don't know.
3 whacks are different than 1 bam.
It left him really messed up, so it had to have been a lot.
So awful.
Wait, how do
I'm
you
glad
know?
I wasn't there.
How do you know how messed up he was?
Exactly.
That man fell down. The killer went to bury him with the shovel. I know what that voice was. Is he already dead?
Thank you, come again.
That you actually picked up on it.
Yes.
I don't know. I just saw him fall over. What was I supposed to assume?
Based on what you know, would the death have been instantaneous?
The shovel was a heavy head, so it's
The
possible.
shovel was a heavy head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For Mr. Rosencrantz's sake, I hope he passed quickly. Either way, we have a corpse on our hands. In the end, it shouldn't matter. In the end...
Yes,
shouldn't
you're
matter.
right. Does the defense?
Yes, you're right. Does the defense have any objections?
Not at the moment. Whether or not he was
That's
dead
weird.
yet doesn't change anything. So why the fuck did I bother asking? The main part of this testimony is that she saw Mr. Usarian killing Rosencrantz.
Lotta?
I don't think Lotta had a voice this low.
She's been taking testosterone.
And he ran off and got to spooking. He didn't have time to bury the victim?
Good job, Porter.
I'm sure the police are thankful for your heroics.
Let's award you a Purple Heart.
I'm gonna shove it where the actual heart is. A bit narcissistic, this one.
She doesn't have a heart, though.
Where a heart should be. Was Rosencrantz buried when the police found him?
Guildenstern was. Rosencrantz was not. Rosencrantz was lying next to a small mound of dirt. We could tell somebody had tried to unearth it the night before.
But a shovel
It was clear.
broken half.
It was clear something was buried there, and the police dug there and found Guildenstern.
So they weren't technically in the same grave.
For all intents and purposes, they were found together. The hole was being redug so that Rosencrantz could be buried there with the previous victim. Only Guildenstern's killer could have known where he was buried.
Unless there was some kind of marker.
Do you think she's lying? Yeah.
Yay! She was! The fact that she was... The fact she was there brings up an awful lot of questions.
Not everything has to have a reason. It might just be coincidence.
Doubtful. Porter had some hidden agenda at Karain. Now, we know that she's shady.
Slim shady.
Hi! My name...
But what is Karain's what is Karain connected to this case too? What's she up to?
Everything is connected. There are so many layers. Oh, okay.
I left the city for...
Relaxation. 2 guys out there.
Middle of the woods. Way suspicious. They were talking about something I don't know, don't care.
Then one guy attacks the other. Whack.
Damn. Right. Yes, sir. Dead man fall down.
And-
Killer went to bury him with the shovel, but the shovel was broken.
Yeah. Evidence. People.
Was he really burying the body? Something about that doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, she was.
Why the fuck are you here?
You didn't bring it out of the wall. I scared him off, remember?
He's just hanging out in the gallery.
Oh, Phoenix Strike.
You're wrong.
No, it's the fact that he even tried. How would he bury anybody with this? It's snapped right in half. It would have been useless. Miss Porter didn't really see him burying the body.
Bull! It must have broken after!
What? I'm not finished. Your testimony implies the victim was killed with one hit. According to you, Rosencrantz fell down right after being stuck. Stuck?
Stuck.
He fell in the hole and got stuck.
Allow me to clear up both of these inconsistencies. What she saw wasn't the suspect burying the victim. He was attacking him. What? While he was on the ground, Mr. Rosencrantz was either killed or stunned after the first blow. After hitting the ground, his killer continued to hit him, over and over and over. That was the up and down movement she saw him make. The up and down movement.
You
What?
couldn't have said something different there.
Oh, Obi. Words. Choose more
Yeah,
better words.
Think about what you're saying.
That was the up and down movement she saw him making. She mistook it for him burying the corpse. Yeah, burying the corpse. Yeah.
Shut up. When did the shovel break?
After he'd finished
Come on!
doing it on purpose, man. After he'd finished with Mr. Rosencrantz, of course. It weakened as a result of hitting.
It didn't snap immediately, though.
I can't stop. I can't get it out of my head. It weakened as a result of hitting him, but didn't snap immediately. When the witness startled him in the process of burying the victim, he panicked. In his effort to escape, he snapped the handle, and then tried to hide it in his basement.
Come on.
He locked the door behind him, leaving us where we are now.
That's a pretty good explanation.
It's oddly sexual.
He's all hot and heavy. Look at all the sweat.
It is an excellent
Stop looking so
explanation.
smug, asshole.
Just look at the motherfucker. Yeah, baby. It is an excellent explanation because it is exactly what happened. Obi, were you there? Were you helping with the up and down motion?
Yeah, of course it's fun!
All what you're doing is, buddy, is doing, you're stretching a little bit.
I don't want to hear about Obadiah stretching.
Well, you don't remember. It's just so dark that I got confused.
Well, if it was so dark.
Yeah.
Does the defense have any further objections? I
Objection!
believe we were about to deliver a verdict.
Actually, after her last statement, I think there's a new contradiction.
There we go.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
How she
saw him.
identified the
How she
killer.
identified him.
How she identified,
Yo.
how she identified the victim.
She never
why
identified
she
the
was
victim.
there. Of course she did.
How did you say you identified my client?
I don't know.
I saw his face. I knew what it looked like. So I told the police.
But it was dark.
I remember you saying that. Funny. You could see his face clearly, but not whether he was hitting or burying Rosencrantz. Sounds like you have a very selective memory, Miss Porter.
Yeah, it runs in the Faye family. What? What do you want me to say?
Care to explain for us?
Oh, I'm not. Well, it's not too complicated, you see.
Okay. Cool.
What I did, I stumbled across the tomb as I was trying to find that clearing. It was dark, but there was still enough light to see. I saw the killer hit him right upside the face. Whack!
Kind of weird way to hit him with a shovel, wouldn't you think? Upside the face? I would think a downward motion would be better.
I mean, you saw how he was holding the shovel.
Yeah.
The one guy fell down behind the bush where I couldn't see.
You stayed hidden that whole time? You didn't even go try to help the man?
Nope.
Until they started hitting him behind the bush.
I was being a sneaky snake.
I might have screamed a bit. And peed myself. It was instinctive. I didn't mean to.
We're not bringing pee into this shit.
We're not bringing pee into this shit.
Yeah.
Obadiah is not the only one that needs to word things better.
No, I worded that
And that
perfectly.
tipped him off, so he ran away. He was in a position where she could see them, but they couldn't see her. I'm not sure why, but something seems off.
She was in the tree.
She built a treehouse like the frickin' chipmunk she is. That's when you saw them arguing.
She's not a chipmunk, she's a goddamn gremlin. She would make a bridge.
Oh, we already went over that. Let's just skip on.
No, let's
Not
not.
until you say everything you saw. I already did. What more do you want?
Let's say everything.
If I want to know more, I'd better ask about all the little details. Is there anything I needed to ask her about?
Where were they
What time
standing?
was it?
What time was it? Well, she already said it was about 9.
Where were they standing? About where they were each standing.
They were over by some big boss. Yeah, we fucking went over that already.
Neither of you could either see you from there?
Obviously not.
Oh, no, I was hiding.
Hiding?
Hiding.
I think what you said is very important. Let's talk about that some more. Talk about that some more.
Let's talk about this hiding of yours. Were you in a box?
Whatever.
Say whatever to me.
I was standing by the big bush.
I'm in Smash, you know.
I will do the next game.
I'm trying to get a better mental image of the scene.
What?
Could you point out each of those places for us?
Oh god.
I have this map that I conveniently haven't brought up.
Obadiah, did you get books to draw that? Certainly. I have a map here you may use. Miss Porter, please point out the tree and bush you were referring
Who
to.
said anything about a tree? What? Was I not
She
paying
was
attention?
She was standing next to a tree. She was hiding.
Hello, how about this big old grubby? What?
Grubby. What? Porter.
I walked up on the path, but dodged off as soon as I saw them.
Witness, killer Vic, yeah. Grubby? What's grubby?
Apparently a giant worm over there.
I don't think they saw me that, at least not until the murder. And I screamed and the killer ran off.
Any thoughts from the defense?
I'll let you know if I have any.
Ah, okay.
Kind of empty up here right now.
You don't have that little hamster rolling around in your head, I understand.
Nothing jumps out at me. I'll see if I can find even more information.
The prosecution will submit the map into
I
evidence.
probably need to present that somewhere.
Thanks, Obi. Miss Porter, you may continue.
Aren't you supposed to give us all evidence?
Nope. Shut up. It was dark, but there was still enough light to see.
Didn't you have a flashlight with you?
I threatened those to turn away from the ceiling. I don't want them seeing me.
Why not?
Why not, dude? Didn't you want to get killed? Bro, it's
They
cool.
cut me off. They might have thought I was eavesdropping. You fucking
You
were.
were.
You were!
I like. Good, we're all on the same page here.
It's only good if you can make out the words.
No, it's still rude.
You must live on completely different worlds. Were you able to understand anything they said?
No.
Not enough. I only saw the important parts, like when...
I didn't ask what you saw, I asked what you heard.
Shh.
Porter.
I hit him right in the freaking face.
Whack.
Do we know where the shovel came from? It came from his basement.
Fainting.
Damn it. If I was meeting someone, I'd be concerned if they brought a weapon with them.
He had the fucking shovel. Isn't it obvious? It was the suspects. Who else? I can't speak for Mr. Rosencrantz's reaction upon seeing it, but the fact it was there is very telling. The suspect's own possession used to kill a person. I know I've heard that one before.
The big deal here is that his fingerprints were overlapping the blood.
Remember, if you really think he's guilty, we're out of here.
I haven't forgotten. There's still a tiny hint of doubt.
We're cheesing this bitch.
Cheese it! I have to keep pressing.
Just don't let yourself get sucked into him.
We met? One guy fell down behind the bush where I couldn't see.
Apparently that wasn't the end of it.
You couldn't see?
Couldn't see.
Didn't you just see, saw, say, 50 say, I say? Burying the victim?
I saw movement. It looked like Joe at the time. He just sort of bent over him and kept swinging.
That's not how burying works, Porter.
I couldn't tell if it was a step and hit him.
Imagine it from her perspective. I'm trying to, but I don't. She could see through the bushes, but the branches obscured her view.
Let me see that. Yeah, that.
Map of the wooded area.
How could he have fallen behind a bush to where she couldn't see him?
Yeah, he would have fallen into the fucking road.
He would have fallen into the road, or at the very least, he would have fallen to the left.
Yeah. Maybe that's what she's meaning?
No.
But that's where the grave was. I don't know.
That's a contradiction right there.
Yeah. She could see through the bushes, but the branches obscured his arms. His arms were moving up and down.
Her arms were moving up and down. She was trying to fly.
I mean, it's her we're talking about. The mistake is understand. No, it's not. It's not how swinging motion.
He was behind the bush, which made him hard to see.
Mr. Rosencrantz was behind the bush, however, which made him harder to see. If only that stupid bush
I get it. I'm
been...
supposed to present the map here.
But was there a bush in the way?
Yeah, it gives her the perfect excuse to not see certain things.
George H.W. The perfect excuse, huh? That might be worth looking into.
Define is. You want to go back to W, you might as well go back to Clinton. Something about Porter's testimony stinks. It's not the... She's not! You got taken, supposedly! And it's not the spray she's carrying. Stop snorting! Let's see what we can find out about this. Next.
Saw the killer.
This one.
One guy fell down behind the bush. I'm going to save it just in case. Just in case.
Your accusation rests on seeing my client's face. But if that's the case, your whole story falls apart.
But what are you talking about? I'm Cody Hawkins.
If he was...
Really is.
Jesus.
Really is just Cody Hackins' voice, just, you know.
Yeah, I know. She's
More
channeling him.
gremlinified.
If he was facing... The victim wouldn't have fallen behind the bush. Your testimony is self-defeating. Okay? They had to stand at these positions for you to get a clear view of the suspect's face. But you couldn't see the victims. Look where Rosencrantz is. You would land in plain sight. You would have seen everything. Now what's your explanation for mixing up and burying the victim?
I don't know!
She simply got confused. It was dark and hard to see.
Either she saw both his face and Rosencrantz's body, or neither. No matter what, I see holes in her story.
Don't listen to him! He's just spewing crap!
No, you're the one who's spewing crap, Porter.
He wants to get that dirty crook set full!
Nice try, Miss Porter. I'm still waiting for an answer.
If he's wrong, witness, then perhaps you should explain why.
Well, he wouldn't fall down right away. Kinda spun around at first.
But that's a contradiction to what you just said.
Then he started moving out the bed guy and got pushed over and fell back. It sounded like I said pushed over.
But there were no signs of a struggle.
Yeah, that's where we present that.
That's not what I wanted.
It's the
but
autopsy.
okay.
You just keep digging yourself in further and further. You didn't try fighting off his attacker.
Yeah.
Rosencrantz's autopsy states that apart from his head, he hadn't been injured. He never struggled against his opponent, which of course means... What you just said was a complete lie. Why did his mouth move while there was no text?
He was channeling old Japanese kung fu movies. Witness, too much work has gone into this trial. I will not have you found it up for me.
I was just trying to help.
You were doing a shit job of it. You have a funny way of doing it.
It's his fault, Porcupine Boy. I had to think of something.
No. Blaming the defense for your own sin? Pitiful.
The truth is, I don't know. Okay? I can't explain why it happened to how. I just can't.
So why are you doing this?
Look, here's the truth, okay? I did see them, and I saw the killer's face. But then I heard a noise behind me, like a twig snapping.
So why didn't you say that?
I jumped, and I screamed a bit. I did. I went back to see what it was, but there was nothing. And when I turned back, there he was running away. I just put it in the gaps because I thought it was epic what happened.
Fucking retard. Witness, that is an admission of perjury.
Again!
You didn't see the moment of death at all.
I know. There's a fucking murderer.
But you don't know.
Who killed your victim? I had to help.
How is lying helping anyone?
It's not. I screwed up, I know. Just please believe me that everything else is true.
Nah, no, that's not how it works.
That's not how that works.
After leading us
Why
on
are
like
we
that,
going in hard on this girl, but on Leekspin Mask Girl we just didn't care?
because she was the epic troll.
Please, I didn't see him die, but he was lying there. What else could have happened? Maybe they don't believe me anymore, but he was dead. Dead as a doornail.
Nobody believed you to begin with. The
Why
body.
are you sad?
Jesus. Obi, please stop it. The body was there, so it seems you got one thing right.
I can explain everything. Please let me.
You can't explain nothing. Shut up.
I'm sorry. This is all my stupid fault. I've ruined everything.
Thankfully, no. We still have a solid case with or without you. Right, I will leave the choice to you. We can accept her new testimony or throw the whole thing out. We'll dismiss her as the liar she is and have the verdict decided now.
Well, I mean, if we have the verdict decided now, all the evidence points to him.
Yeah.
He changed her statement so that she never saw the killing blow. Is that enough? What should I do?